everyone, my name is Griffin, and this is Stitchin with the Griffin Flosstube number 66. If you're new here, welcome. This playlist is predominantly about my cross stitching. I do have some embroidery, and I will be doing in the future some hand sewing, but right now, for all intents and purposes, I am doing cross stitch. It is about cross stitch. I am doing cross stitch. Eventually I will add other things on, but for now this is what I'm doing. I have 4 things to show you today, which is unusual because I usually don't. I like to do 2 whips a week and then do 2 whips the following week. Yeah, my videos tend to be on the short side, no more than 30 minutes usually. So hopefully that will make you happy, and you'll want to subscribe and continue to watch me. If not, that's okay. To each his own. If you're a returning viewer, welcome back. And yes, thank you all for being here. I appreciate it very, very much. Let me see, like I said, I have 4 things to show you. I have a project finish, I have a page finish, I have whip progress, and I have a new start. Yes, I know, new starts at this time of the year, it shouldn't be something I do, but when you see it, you're going to think it's, just so cute, you would want to start it too. I mean, that's how I felt about it. But yes, so new start today. So let's get to it. Yep, my project finish is going to be, or is, Flowers in a Window by Stone Street Stitchworks. It is complete. I use Gentle Arts threads instead of the called for threads. It is done on 18 count yellow Submarine by Stitchman Darcy. It is done 2/1 full cross. There are no specialty stitches. There's no back stitching in here. It's all just straight, full cross. But it came out really, really pretty. I do not know how many stitches there are in here. I don't know how big it is. I did not keep track of all of that. But it is a freebie, and I do believe I have the link to where you can find it. If I do not have the link posted anywhere, let me know, and I will add it. I will edit this and add it on, but I'm pretty sure I have it. I'm pretty sure I have it. Yeah. And if you're doing it, if you've decided, since you've seen it, or if you're doing it or have done it, I would be interested in seeing your progress or seeing your finished piece. I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to finish that yet. I had an idea, but I'm not sure it's going to work. It's one of those things. But I'll figure something out for it. It will not be a hoop finish, simply because of the sides, the way the border is done. I had originally intended it to be a hoop finish, and then I did the border, and I liked the border so much that I'm not going to do a hoop finish with it now. So there's that. The next one that I have is a page finish, and let's see if I can pull it up. This is I call it Poison. It is actually called Medicine and Poison, I believe. It's a Witchy Stitcher design, and this particular one was, the model was stitched by Joshua over at Cross Stitch in Cambria, but I saw that and I just had to do it. I mean, it does look intimidating, but once you start breaking it up into smaller bits, it's actually really good. I finished the second page, so here's what it looks like. And with this one, I was telling you how, the last video I was telling you how I was really intimidated by it until I started breaking it up into smaller bits. Well, this area here, let me see if I can do this. I'm going to do a visual aid. Okay, so that is the second page. And it's pretty busy. See? It's pretty busy. It's got a lot of things in it. And what I did was I went ahead and did the word difference. Put in the word, well, I put in the word the and then finished the word difference. And then I finished up the little bits that I had up here at the top, because when I originally started doing it, I had done this, and then I had moved over here. Well, sorry, I did this whole top piece except for the word. So then I finished this little bit over here and did that. And then I did this and worked this border down. And after I did that, I was like, okay, what am I going to do now? There's still a ton of stuff on there. Well, because I had already done this, I had reference, so I did the word between. And because I had a reference, I started doing the rest of the word, the medicine here, the rest of this word. And I actually, this little bit here, because this is actually the bottom of the page, I went ahead and continued down a little further just to finish out these two letters here, because I could not see myself going, leaving this undone. It just did not sit well with me. So I finished this, and then I started doing all the little bits in here, one at a time, one color at a time. I filled this in first, got that all done. Then I filled in this right here, got that all done. And then I did this little bit here and got all that done. And actually, when I split it up like that, it made it so much easier on my poor little brain to do. I didn't feel as overwhelmed by all of it. And so the next time that I work on it, I will be finishing the border. I will do the other side. This side will be this. I will add all of this to it. I'd already started a little bit here. So I will do the rest of that, and then that top part, this half, because it's split into half, and it's basically 2 pages and then a quarter for the top, and then of course the bottom. So it's 4 pages, 4 full pages and 2 quarter pages. And so yeah, that's going to be interesting to see next week, see how much I get done. Oh, I know that I'm going to get the quarter page done next week, but my focus is going to be on something else. And okay, so that's the Witchy Stitcher. Keep putting it down when I'm not done talking about it. This is the Witchy by the Witchy Stitcher. It is done on black Aida, 14 count black Aida, using the call for DMC floss, 4/1 full cross. The other flowers was done 2/1 full cross. This one is actually 4. 6 was too bulky, so it's 4/1 full cross, and it's doing really well. There's no back stitching at all, so I love the way that she used shading and different colors to provide that effect, and you don't need back stitching to make anything pop out. So the next one I'm going to show you, this is my whip progress. This is Cardinal points. It is the 3rd of my focus pieces. There we go. My first focus piece was the map of Middle Earth, which I ended up not liking what I was doing with it. The detail, I was doing it at 10th stitch and it was losing detail. It was just not, I was not happy with the way that it came out. So I got rid of what I had worked on, and I'm going to restart it in 2026. So that was my first one. My second one, I have waiting. I finished 3 pages on it, and I put it in timeout until next year. It's called The Magic of Books by Charting Creations. The map of Middle Earth is by Inky Coleman Designs. It's basically a knockoff of the Tilton Crafts map, but the map from Tilton Crafts is no longer available, so I can't really say it's a knockoff anymore, but it is. Pardon my phone. So there's that. So this is the third one, and it is Cardinal Points. It was a stitch along, or is a stitch along, with Sarah the Northwood Stitcher, and I believe, I know one of my subscribers is also doing it, but I haven't seen her progress lately, and but still, I'm doing it. I don't care. I'm having a lot of fun with this. The last time you saw it, I had finished page 5, and I'm on the, over here, I finished page 5, and now I'm on the final bit right here, this final page right here, because it was 6 pages in total. And this is a Long Dog sampler. The artist is Julia Line. It was charted by the Gentle Arts, and it uses the Gentle Arts variegated threads. It is 2/1 full cross on 18 count white Aida, and here it is. All I did was put in the border lines. That was it. That's all I had time for, because I was busy working on finishing up flowers and working on finishing up the page for Poison. So this is it, but this is a good guide for me. I want to finish this corner. I want to finish the whole page in a week, if possible. I will be working on this quite a bit this coming week. Look how beautiful. When you open it up, I mean, this is a stunner. I'm sorry, but they did. She did. Julia Line did a fantastic job with this, charting this up. Look at this. Now, I know the original one is done by Nancy Pfeiffer in Albany. Let's see. Well, it says 2012, so I don't know. Maybe it's not as original, but anyway, whoever did this originally, it is gorgeous. I mean, look at that. Look how beautiful that is. Look at all the colors. Using the Gentle Arts colors in this was amazing. They're variegated, but not like hugely variegated. They're more subtle. But yeah, I'm just beyond thrilled with this piece. And I'm not sure how I'm gonna finish it. I might finish it into a pillow, because the corners are, the sides are so small, but there's also a bit up here I just haven't folded over. So I don't know, I might make it into a wall hanging. But look how pretty. So I am very happy. The next time you see this, it will be done, I promise. And I will keep that promise, because I will be working my tail off on this. I don't have, I have a lot. There's a lot going on in the border. You can see that there's a lot of the flower motifs. There's still a lot to be done oops, what did I do? Okay, wrong side. So for this inside part, all I have to do, get my fingers over there, is these 3 flowers, this flower, and the grapes. That's it. These 4, 5 motifs right here. The grapes with the little leaf. And then that will finish this part. And then the lettering right here will need to be done. And I believe it says wrought this. What is it? Wrought this? Yes, wrought this. And then it has Ohio in 2012. So I'll be putting that in there, and then I will be putting my initials and the date somewhere on here. I had originally thought about putting it up here, but there's just not going to be enough room, so I will put it somewhere. Even if it's just on the back of the piece that I make it. But anyway. And then, but the most of the work is going to be right up in here in this because of all the flower motifs. Look at how many motifs there are in there. Different flowers. Each one of these flowers is a different color. So, and they do not reflect. They're not the same on this side as they are on this side, as you can see from right here. These are different colors. And let me get this out of the way. I just wanted you to see how much I had left, but as you can see, these colors are different from these colors. So all of these are going to be different. There's not going to be, they're not going to be in the same place anyway. So they're not going to be, the sides are not exactly the same. So that's going to be some work. And I might end up having to pause for no, I think I'll be able to get it all done before I run out of a certain floss. But yeah. So that, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? I am so happy with this. I am so happy with this. So that's that. Army got an itch. And yes. 2 over 1 full cross on 18 count. Aida, white Aida, using the called for Gentle Arts threads. I had to think for a moment. Okay. And let me see. I need to go back. Okay. I have Readly, which is an app that allows you to read newspapers and magazines and articles. Doesn't specifically say where the articles are found, but I use it to look at magazines, current and older magazines. And while I was checking everything out, I found this magazine called Cross Stitcher. It just is called Cross Stitcher. Look at this real quick. It says #1 for designs, Cross Stitcher. And let me pull this up. This is the January 2026 issue. And woo, wow, can't get it to, so that's the best I can do. But that is, there you go. See, it's called Cross Stitcher, and that's what the cover looks like. It's a 2026 issue, January 2026 issue. And I was flipping through this, and it's got some cute things in here, and I'm like, oh, okay, this is nice. I can get back to where, so I'm flipping through it and checking things out because I had never heard of this magazine before. And can you see that? Yeah. I hate my lighting in here. I will hope that I can do something a little better with this eventually. Even turning my computer does not help my laptop. But anyway, it's called Snow Day. It's in a stamp form. I hope you can see that pretty decently. It's in a stamp form. And it is a stitch along. It is part of a stitch along for 2026. So, I don't know if you can see that. It's got the layout over here. It's got the border, and it shows the different, where everybody goes if you do it all together. It shows chart positions, and it says it's supposed to be done on 14 count white Aida. And it says, we're unveiling a new commemorative stamp each issue, which will run from January 26 to December 26. Over the year, we will be bringing you 12 seasonal designs that can be used for cards and keepsakes for birthdays and anniversaries. There is a stamp for each month of the year, with an extra one in the summer issue that's not part of the sampler. They can be stitched as individual designs as we've done, or if you like, stitch them all together to make a fun sampler. This is on page 16 of the issue, by the way. And apparently they had one last year. They had a series of stamps, which I thought was fabulous. But I decided it is so darn cute. It's just cute. It's two little kids on a sled, on an old-fashioned sled, and they're going down a hill, and it says World 15P, which I'm guessing, and then it says on the bottom Snow Day. And I was like, I want to do this. Now, I did not do it on 14 count Aida. I have done it on I did it on white Aida. I just didn't do it on 14 count white Aida before you think, oh my god, she did it on 16 or 18 because that's my preference. Nope. I did not do that. I was given some 11 count white Aida, and you can't see anything on here. My lighting is bad, but there is actually 6 rows. There you go. You can kind of see it. There are 6 rows of white here. But this is how the border will look on each one. It's your typical stamp border. I have some white thread here hanging off the end. And so I did and this is 6 strands. I'm doing one full thing of it. So 6, it's 6 over 1 full cross. And you can kind of see, there you go, you can see the white. I did 6 rows of white, and then I'm going to go up the sides to do the white around the children, and then I will work in the children, and then I will do the sky and all the lettering and all the good stuff. But that's my new start, because I couldn't help myself. I really couldn't. It was just too darn cute. And I will be doing them individually. Pardon me. I will be doing them individually. And another reason why I decided to do the 11 count, besides the fact that I have a bunch of it that I want to use up because I normally don't use 11 count, is also I'm going to hang it up right here. These are braces for a shelf up there. See that? And so I am going to put some string or something across them, and then I am going to use a clothespin and hang it up there. Just like they did here, they have like a little clothespin here. You can see the little clothespins. So I will be doing that. Let me see if I can get it. See, there's a little clothespin right there. Yeah, see, you can see that. It's 2 little kids, snowing, sledding, yeah. So, that is what I plan to do. And you do have to pay a fee, a monthly fee for Readly, but to me it's worth it because there's just the cross stitcher, I have crocheting, there's different magazines that I can look at, and what is this? Okay. That I can look at and get inspiration from. I can find charts, old charts. Some of the issues go back to the 90s. Some of them do not. I haven't looked to see how far back cross stitcher goes, but they have just cross stitcher goes back a ways. They have their special editions, for like Christmas and Halloween and stuff in there. There's a lot of crocheting magazines in there. I like to look at some of the architectural magazines as well. Architecture is one of my hobbies. I enjoy it. I like to learn about it and check it out because I do work with miniatures. I am still very, 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 very much a beginner with that, but it very much interests me. So, being that, now, I have some shout outs now because I did have a chance to do some book reading and watch some YouTubers. So I want to get to that. And if you guys are no longer interested in watching this because the stitching portion of this is now done. I will see you next week, and I hope that you enjoyed your visit here. Do all the fun things if you want. Like, subscribe, ring the bell, drop a comment. If you ring the bell, make sure it's black so that you get all of the notifications and not just personalized ones. That way you don't miss anything, because I will be doing a live stream in the coming year. 2 of them actually in January. 1 for this channel and 1 for my crochet channel. And I will do a live stream in December for the channel news, because I have some things to talk about, and why not? So for that, I will see you later. If you're still here and you want to hear the people that I've been watching, one of them I have maybe 2. No, one of them I have shared with you before, and the others I have not. Only 2 of them are pretty new, less than 10 videos. One of them I watched her very first video, and that was just a couple of days ago. So, the others are more established. But still, you should give them a look. I wrote down some of the, I can't even talk now, some of the projects caught my eye, that you may or may not be interested in watching. But in fact, I'm going to go look at the Fat Quarter Shop after this, because there was something in there that I wanted to look at. Anyway, so first of all, we have Appalachian Auntie. She has got a lovely accent. She reminds me of Dolly Parton and Loretta Lynn, and I think Tammy Wynette. I think they're all from that area. But it was her very first video, and I subscribed to it. Really, really enjoyed what she was doing. She is doing one called Autumn Stamp. That's from the Fat Quarter Shop. Or she may have finished it. I'm sorry, it was a few days ago. But it's from the Fat Quarter Shop, from their collection of Forever stamps. I had never heard of that, but I want to go over there and check it out, and I will after I'm done here. Accio Whip, that's a husband and wife team. The husband was working on one called Castle Le Creep from Glendon Place. Really enjoyed that one. The wife was doing Clue from Forbidden Fiber Company. I'm a big fan of Clue. The movie, the game. What's there not to like? Then there's Crow Stitcher. She did not actually give her name. And for Accio Whip, I know the husband's name is Kevin, but I cannot remember the wife's name. The only reason why I know that it's Kevin is because I looked on their description and saw it. It did dawn on me to look at what her name was, and I apologize for you both at Accio Whip. Lovely, lovely couple, wonderful channel. I'll be watching them more. They are very established. They've been around for a while, but they're still worth a look. Crow Stitcher, she did one called Hot Chocolate Dragon. Really like that one, by Stanley Morrison. That's the designer, and I forgot to write down who actually was the charter, I think, or I'm not sure. I didn't write down all the information. I do apologize, but it's Hot Chocolate Dragon, and I love it. Cross Stitch Jess, I have mentioned her before. I am shouting her out again because I enjoy her work, and I finally was able to catch up and do some. She is doing one called Owl Hoop by Susan Bates. Beautiful, beautiful piece. I want to do it too. I want to do all the things. But, you know, that's what happens when you're a Flosstuber and you see other Flosstubers. Then there's the Alchemist Stitcher. She's new to me. Not really new to the scene, but she's new to me. she did she just finished Night of Passion, which is a long dog sampler, and she did it the single color, the monochromatic, and interesting color, and she did it, I believe, on white. Not sure. I forgot to write down what the color was, but interesting design. Not big on samplers, but that one was beautiful. It was, I mean, I say that and I've got a long dog sitting over here, but no buts. I got blindsided by this one. It was Sarah's fault. Sarah made me do it. But that's all the cross stitchers that that's all the cross stitchers that I was able to check out this week in between stitching and doing some things. I watched them on my tablet rather than on my phone so I could see better, and because I do that, I can't work on Poison because Poison's on my tablet. You know, it's one of those things. But yeah, so maybe next week I will have some more Flosstubers if I can catch up a little bit more and watch some others. If not, I will do it as I can. But I do enjoy sharing people, shouting them out. I don't care if they shout me out back. 9 times out of 10 they don't, but hey, I don't care. I enjoy showing off other people's work. I enjoy introducing you all to other people's work, so that you get a broader idea of what's out there, because not everybody stitches what I stitch, and I don't stitch hardly anything that anybody else stitches, at least not right now. Not everybody's into full cross like I am. Not everybody's into the same designers I am. You know, that's just Flosstube. We have variety. Now the very last thing, because it's over half an hour now, I do apologize, but I would like to share some books that I have read or tried to read in the past. These are actually over the course of the last month. I think the last time I talked to you guys about books was a while back. But I read one. Aida Starling is becoming one of my favorite authors for fantasy. He has a wide variety of things he writes about, but he is very good. He's very consistent with his quality, of the quality of his writing. The current one that I just finished reading by him is called Blood and Bones, and I give that a 5-star. Very well written, great characters, nicely paced, good story arc. You know, it flowed, and it was great. It was fantastic. He has got an awesome editor, proofreader, whatever, because I really didn't see any of his spellings. I didn't notice anything like that. I don't get really nitpicky about my books as far as grammar and stuff, unless it's just like in your face. And if he had any of them, they weren't in your face. They weren't noticeable. Now this one is a series, and there are a lot of books written by Nicole, Dragonbeck, and Lisa Berry. Don't know if Dragonbeck is a pseudonym or not. Doesn't matter. I give it a 2. I read, I want to say it's the first one. Couldn't really get into it. Really, I found it very hard to suspend my disbelief with this one, as I quoting a comment that a friend of mine said. Anyway, the book is called A Dragon, a Gargoyle, and a Faery Walk into a Pub. And it is a list. You know, it's the first of a bunch of books that involve, under the series, a dragon, a gargoyle, and a fairy. So this one's called, you know, A Dragon, a Gargoyle, and a Fairy Walk into a Pub. I did not get very far in it. Didn't really care for it. It was clunky to me. I had a hard time with it. I really, really did. And so I didn't bother to finish it. Luckily, it was a free read, so I didn't waste any money on it. But yeah. Ghost of a Chance by Dan Willis. Really enjoyed that one. Another good writer, very smoothly written. This one was a paranormal. I like mysteries, and I like them to be mixed. You know, I like fantasy mysteries. I like supernatural mysteries. I like horror mysteries. You know, things like that. And this one, Ghost of a Chance, was a supernatural mystery. It's very good. I enjoyed it a lot. There was another one called Society of Spirits. I do not remember the name of the person that wrote it, but I will leave it in the description box below. That one is a Regency era paranormal mystery. Yeah. And it was, and it worked. It was actually really good. It was nicely believable. You didn't get thrown in your face romance. I mean, it was almost like watching to me, in my humble opinion, it was almost like watching Downton Abbey, but with more of it. Well, yeah, Downton Abbey was pretty staid, very proper, but there were some things in it. So maybe it's sort of like Downton Abbey, but not quite. Like I said, Regency era, top hats, waistcoats, castles, peerage. This was in set in England, by the way. So, you know, dukes and duchesses and viscounts, how you say it, and you know, barristers and things like that. It was actually a really good. It's Regency era, but it was written during the time what they call the Age of Reason, and it's funny because the Age of Reason also was a time of spiritualism, when there was a great, huge interest in spiritualism among at least the wealthy. And so yeah, it shaped a lot of people, you know, a lot of famous people. But anyway, so that one was a good one. A Ghost of a Chance, not Regency era, but still pretty good. And then there was Paranormal Nonsense by Steve Higgs. Didn't like that one either. It was supposed to be kind of amusing, you know, lighthearted, you know, paranormal stuff, and the writing was just not quality to me. I didn't like it. I've read so much, and yeah, so I didn't finish it. Now, does that mean avoid these books? No. It just means this is my opinion. These are what I've written. I highly recommend that you go and check these out yourself and make your own opinion. Don't let me or anybody else tell you how to feel about a book, a movie, a chart, a project, whatever. You make your own decisions. When I hear about influencers and things like that, you allow that person to influence you. You allow them to shape your opinion of something instead of having your own. And I fully support independent thought. Make your own choices, make your own mind up about how you feel or think or, you know, want to do that. And I won't preach anymore about that. So, we are on the 40-minute mark. I do apologize for that extra time. Maybe I will go up to 40 minutes in the future if I have more things to tack on to the end. So I'll try not to go over the 40-minute mark, 45-minute mark tops in the future. But we'll see how it goes. And I hope you guys have a great week, and I will see you on the flip side.